Good afternoon, Hoda, and thank you very much for asking me to present our programs to your teachers. As you know, the Fast Forward programs bring neuroscience for teaching English into the classroom and empower students to overcome their difficulties by giving them a personalized and adaptive course right at their appropriate skill levels. And when we talk about English language, as you mentioned, we want to talk about English comprehension and developing academic language. Schools, when we ask them, give us typically 4 big challenges that they're constantly struggling with. Now, the first challenge is to getting the students to tune in and listen accurately and efficiently to English language. Secondly, they need to give them the practice that they need in order to master English. Thirdly, they always talk about the difficulties in getting students to speak and pronounce English correctly. And fourthly, it's the development of the higher level thinking and comprehension skills in English. And Fast Forward is designed for an academic setting. It's rated the #1 English language development software on the WhatWorks clearinghouse by the US government. Already we have up to roughly 150,000 students now taking this program around the world. And it's designed to develop English phonics training, grammar, vocabulary, oral speaking and reading, and all the reinforcements necessary to build both basic and academic English. Here's a quick example and a quick introduction to the program.
How do you build a skilled reader? Since learning happens in the brain, that's where Fast Forward begins. The brain is changeable. With the right training, any student's brain can be rewired to turn learning challenges into strengths. With neuroscience, we can target and address the root causes of students' language and reading struggles within the brain, leading to effective literacy and learning development. Building a skilled reader requires multiple approaches, taking place all at once. We develop the foundational cognitive skills alongside traditional reading skills like phonemic awareness and comprehension. Much like weaving a rope, we intertwine and build these skills simultaneously to create effective results. The intensity, frequency of practice, and adaptive real-time feedback of our rigorous program builds academic tenacity and improves executive function to ensure results are enduring. And because these changes are in the brain, the results last beyond the classroom. They last for life. Schools choose Fast Forward because our unique approach delivers effective and enduring results for any student in as little as 40 to 60 hours of use. Learn how to get Fast Forward for your school. Call us today.
Our Fast Forward literacy program is designed for grades 6 to 12 and really is the first English language intervention that develops cognitive and language skills for adolescent learners. So it results in lasting reading gains, strong socially emotional growth, and improved graduation rates. We use age-appropriate content with adaptive exercises, leveled reading selections, and these dynamically adjust to reading skill attainment and student progress. The exercises are designed to promote confidence and student agency and learning independence while providing real-time and personalized corrective feedback. So they make faster progress in learning English because only Fast Forward develops instant feedback on spoken English. By using sound training exercises to develop their listening accuracy and get them used to English phonemes and listening comprehension and following directions. We give them intensive practice, 5 times more than any other intervention, and that advances their language learning more quickly. And we use speech recognition software to give students the feedback and pronunciation right when they need it. For example, in this exercise report, teachers can see where students are mixing up their phonemes and these slender ending consonant nouns, bib, bin, bid, big, as you see with the emphasis on the last syllable, the final syllable. You can see that the student only gets 6 out of 13 right. Doing pretty well in some of the others, the difference between cub and cup, cab, cash, etc. And the teacher can see exactly the precise difficulty that each individual student is having. We help students develop their vocabulary, things like academic subjects such as maths, science, biology, anatomy, geometry, etc. And we activate their prior knowledge and develop their pronunciations of words as well. Here's a simple exercise of recall. The question is, after reading the passage, what does Charis want to do? And then the students will answer the question. And we're helping the students improve their comprehension by also developing their English language structure and conventions, adjectives, comparatives, quantifiers, singular plural nouns, verbs, tenses, possession, negation, subject-verb agreement, pronouns, tenses, prepositions, active, passive voice, etc. And it moves on to deduction, rationalization, figures of speech, analogies, etc. Here, after reading the passage, the student is asked, the story says, for all of these writers, the city exaggerates life. The word exaggerate most likely means, and they need to deduce from the text and from their prior knowledge and their reading, what does the word exaggerate mean? Does it mean to support, make everything seem great, to hide from view, to magnify certain qualities? So a very high level comprehension, right on to figures of speech. We have here, after reading, the question is, the story says walking through different neighborhoods is like taking a short tour around the globe. This is an example of metaphor, a simile, onomatopoeia, pronoun, etc. And we develop their vocabulary, antonyms, homonyms, homophones, synonyms. It's not a very good copy, but for example, here opposites, first, last, little, big, most, least. Here, similar sounding words, would and would. Here, H-E-A-R, H-E-R-E, divided up into different grades. Only soul, so using synonyms, etc. And they put it into practice in these closed exercises that develop their pronouns, possessors, punctuation, italics, using things like tenses, present and future, etc. Now here is an example of a speech verification module that helps students with their pronunciation and their reading fluency, their comprehension and vocabulary. Now,
Welcome to Reading Assistant, your personal reading coach. Get ready to record your own voice reading stories, articles, poems, songs, and even jokes. Here's how it works. In your library, click on the cover or the Go button to open your reading selection. The World's Biggest Waves, written by Catherine Follett. Click on the Start button to begin. Let's check this one out. Before you begin reading, let's practice some of the new vocabulary you are going to see as you read today. Click each word to hear it read aloud and see the definition.
Tsunami, a large wave caused by an underwater eruption or earthquake.
Then click the orange speaker to practice reading the word yourself.
Repeat after me.
Tsunami.
Tsunami.
After completing all the vocabulary words, you are ready for Step 1. Step 1. Preview and read on my own. In Step 1, read through the entire selection silently and look at the pictures. Or you can have it read to you by clicking on the Read to Me button.
What makes a tsunami? December 26, 2004 was another lovely day on the southern coast of Thailand. The sunny beaches were full of tourists. Local people fished from boats near the shore. But suddenly, something strange happened.
Click an underlined word to find out what it means.
Splash. The sound of water hitting a surface. We could hear the water splash when my uncle jumped off the diving board.
Click on any word to hear it read aloud.
Regular.
As you read, click on the light bulb icons to see the Think About It's. The Think About It's are questions or statements to help you think about what you are reading. Look here to see how many more Think About It's you need to do. When you have finished reading and doing all of the Think About It's, you are ready to go to Step 2. Let's go! Step 2. Read and record. In Step 2, Reading Assistant will record your voice while you read. When you are ready to read aloud, click Record.
3, 2, 1.
What makes a
Remember, when a word is highlighted in yellow, try reading it again.
tsunami? December 26, 2004 was another lovely day on the southern coast of Thailand. The sunny beaches were full of tourists. Local people fished from boats near the shore, but
If you are having trouble, Reading Assistant will coach you.
suddenly, something strange happened.
When you are done with the reading, your fluency report shows you how many words you got correct per minute and if you reached your goal. After each recording, the words will be colored. Practice your red and blue words to improve your reading next time. If you would like to hear yourself read, just click the Play My Reading button.
December 26, 2004 was another lovely day on the southern coast of Thailand. The sunny beaches were full of tourists.
Now we can go on to Step 3. Step 3. Take the quiz. In Step 3, take the quiz to see how well you understood the reading selection. Answer carefully. To earn points, you must answer each question correctly on the first try. When you are finished with the quiz, your reading selection report shows how many points you earned. You can watch this tutorial at any time by clicking on the Help button from any screen. Now you're ready to start reading. Have fun!
Of course, it doesn't all depend on language. There's an aspect of this too that we have to look at, which are cognitive skills. The idea of being able to process information accurately and efficiently, improving students' attention skills, their processing accuracy and speed, their memory, short-term and long-term working memory, their ability to sequence, follow instructions, work in the right order, their verbal reasoning, and to combine this with our language skills from phonological awareness, phonics, word recognition, vocabulary, background knowledge, convention, and language structures. And the more that these two work together, the better the student becomes in their ability to learn, absorb information, and master their subject. So this is a quick introduction into comprehension, but of course there are additional challenges that you may be facing. For example, finding enough time in the day to give attention to struggling learners, addressing the underlying learning challenges that are unique to each struggling student, closing the achievement gap for increasing numbers of English language learners, those that have been left behind, meeting your government standards, your Department of Education requirements for the syllabus, dealing with social emotional learning issues, and assessing progress of these students that are under your charge. And there are other issues that come across, new issues that are coming out now. Combating learning loss during remote learning, maintaining standards during remote learning, and progress monitoring. Are your students actually doing the work, and what is their progress? So is a brief introduction to our programs, and I hope that you found it useful. And we charge on a subscription basis from €4.87, depending on the number of students per month. And this includes all the programs, teacher manuals, workbooks for students, assessment tests, and your own data analysis software. So if you want to learn more, please do contact us, john@neuronlearning.com. The website is www.neuronlearning.com. Thank you all very much for your time, and I hope, as I said, that this was useful for you. Bye now. Thank you very much.